Welcome to 8 Weeks to a Better You. Week 4, we are focusing on mind, our compass. Hope you were able to understand the basics of mind, its functionality, and how it varies person to person in yesterday's video. Today, let's explore the environment for mind. As I mentioned in the prior weeks, environment is so important for every aspect of life. So, what does environment even mean for the mind? When we think about the environment, it's usually about the physical space around us. But when it comes to the mind, the environment goes much deeper. In today's world, there are 4 key types of environments that play a crucial role in our mind's peace and ability to thrive. The physical environment. This includes your surroundings. Are they clean and organized or cluttered and chaotic? Factors like lighting, noise levels, and even what you visually encounter daily impact your mental state. A decluttered, well lit, and calming space promotes focus and peace. Mental environment. What thoughts dominate your mind? Are you surrounded by people who uplift, encourage, and inspire you, or do they drain your energy? The mental environment is shaped by your inner dialogue and the people you allow in your life. Emotional environment. What emotions are most frequent in your life? Do you feel joy, gratitude, and calmness, or are guilt, stress, and overwhelm more common? The way people treat you and how they contribute to your emotions significantly impacts your emotional environment. Having safe spaces where you can express emotions without fear of judgment is vital. Digital environment. This relatively new but critical factor involves your interaction with technology. The media you consume, social media platforms, and the news you follow all influence your mind. Positive, uplifting content can nourish your mental well being, while negative or toxic content can take a toll. By recognizing and nurturing these 4 environments, you can create a space where your mind feels supported, focused, and at peace, enabling it to thrive in all aspects of life. Now, let's look at each of them with a closer lens and see common issues and how to get out of them. Physical environmental issues and some hacks to fix them. Cluttered space. Clutter not only creates physical chaos but also contributes to mental stress, making it difficult for the mind to relax or concentrate. Personally, I find that clutter increases my anxiety and irritability, especially when it starts piling up at home. What really helps me stay on top of it is setting aside just 5 to 10 minutes each day to tidy up key areas like the living room, work desk, or any common spaces. It's a small time investment that yields a big reward in terms of mental clarity. I also make a habit of periodically decluttering each room so it doesn't get overwhelming. For those who appreciate a more minimalistic approach, it's not just about reducing items, it's about creating an environment that fosters calm and focus. Minimalism, to whatever degree you feel comfortable with, can truly work wonders for maintaining a peaceful and organized mind. How much you embrace minimalism is entirely up to you, but even small steps can have a significant impact. Noisy surroundings. Constant noise from traffic, electronics, or chatter can cause distractions and increase stress levels. The hack is simple. Try to reduce noise and keep silent areas for work and focused tasks. Otherwise, I personally love music, and hence, whenever I'm not working or focusing on some task, I love the background music at home, always playing some favorite tunes. It definitely makes my mood and mind better, and it's something you can try too. Lack of nature connection. Staying indoors without exposure to greenery or nature can reduce mood and creativity. Something that worked for me is to include potted plants or natural elements like stones or like waterfall related decor in your environment. Taking short walks outdoors makes a huge difference for mind and mood enhancement. Overexposure to digital screens. Too much screen time leads to eye strain, headaches, and mental fatigue. But can you avoid them, especially if your work is around that? No. So, something I do is follow the 20-20-20 rule. Every 20 minutes, look at something 20 feet away for 20 seconds. Also, adjust screen brightness and use blue light filters. Now, by addressing these physical and environmental factors, you can significantly improve your mental well being, focus, and overall productivity. Now, let's look at emotional environmental issues and some hacks to fix them. Toxic relationships. Negative people drain your energy. We all know that. But we can't avoid them 100%, right? So then set boundaries and surround yourself as much as possible with supportive, positive people. Unresolved emotions. Holding on to unaddressed feelings creates stress. So journaling or talking to someone to process those emotions really help. Lack of self-compassion. Harsh self-criticism lowers self-worth. So you can practice kindness and challenge your negative self-talk. Emotional dependence. Relying too much on others for validation weakens your emotional resilience. So, we need to try to build emotional independence and validate ourselves, not validate with others. Fear and anxiety. Constant worry creates emotional tension. A fix is to practice mindfulness, deep breathing, or if it's really bad, then we need to seek therapy. Unrealistic expectations. High expectations cause disappointment. So, a fix for that is to set achievable goals and be a little flexible with yourself. Lack of emotional expression. Bottling up emotions leads to stress. So, find healthy outlets like art or exercise or talking to someone really close. Feeling stuck or unfulfilled. Lack of purpose leads to dissatisfaction. So align your actions with your values and set meaningful goals that make you feel satisfied. Social isolation. Loneliness impacts emotional health. Reconnect with friends, family, or join social groups. These simple fixes help improve your emotional environment, leading to greater well-being and resilience. Now let's look at some digital environmental issues and hacks how to come out of them. Information overload. Do you see nowadays we have constant bombardment of emails, news, and social media updates that leads to mental fatigue? We don't really need all this information immediately. So set specific times to check emails and social media and use apps to filter or limit the notifications. Digital distractions. We all know this is huge today. Frequent interruptions from apps, notifications, or devices reduce our focus and productivity. What personally I do is put on the do not disturb mode and keep my phone away from work when I'm actually focusing on work. Social media comparison. Constantly comparing yourself to others on social media leads to stress and insecurity. And we all know the life in social media is totally different from real life. So unfollow accounts that make you feel bad. Curate your feed with positive content and limit screen time. Blue light and screen time. Excessive screen time, especially before bed, affects sleep and causes eye strain. Use blue light filters or night mode settings on devices and take breaks every 20 to 30 minutes. And we definitely don't want to use phone before sleeping. Overuse of digital devices. Spending too much time on digital devices leads to burnout and reduced mental clarity. Schedule a regular device detox time, 1 to 2 hours a day without screen, and practice mindfulness. Addiction to notifications. Now, how many of y'all just immediately check your phone whenever there is a notification? Now, those constant notifications create anxiety and distract from our tasks. Turn off non-essential notifications and check apps at set times during the day. Trust me, we don't need to look at every single notification that comes. It's really not that important. Multitasking. This is something that initially I thought was a good thing, but recently realized that it's not. So, trying to do multiple tasks at once on digital devices actually leads to decreased productivity and mental fatigue, not increased productivity as I used to think. So, how to fix it is just by focusing on one task at a time, and if it helps, you can use some tools to stay on track. Unorganized digital space. So, cluttered files, emails, or apps create mental chaos and make it hard to find important information. So, the fix would be to regularly declutter your devices, organize the files, unsubscribe from unnecessary emails, and delete unused apps. Online negativity. Exposure to negative news or online arguments can affect your mental well being. Limit exposure to news and online negativity by setting boundaries and following uplifting or educational content instead. Lack of privacy. Feeling exposed or unsafe online can lead to stress and anxiety. Use privacy settings on social media, use strong passwords, and consider using apps that protect your data. Now, these digital environmental issues can be managed with simple habits to restore balance and improve your mental clarity. There is one more area, mental environmental issues, that we need to talk about. But this area is really vast and complex, requiring deeper exploration. To give them the attention they deserve, we'll dedicate an entire video tomorrow to discuss these challenges in detail and provide actionable fixes. All the environmental factors we discussed today are so subtle that we often overlook them unless we bring them into focus. These influences actually surround us 24/7, shaping our minds and lives, yet we barely notice their impact. Did you find yourself realizing their significance as we talked about them? Just as we won't eat contaminated food or wear dirty clothes, we should treat our minds with the same level of care. Think of your mind as a sacred temple. Only positive, uplifting, and empowering thoughts should be allowed to enter. Guard it diligently and keep it pure for your well being. I hope these insights encourage you to reflect deeply and become more aware of the environmental factors influencing your mind and well being. Today's takeaway: take a moment to evaluate the environment you are creating for your mind. Is it nurturing and positive, or could it use some improvements? Small changes can make a big difference. Stay tuned for tomorrow's video, where we'll dive deep into mental environmental factors and explore the effective ways to manage them. That's all for today. Stay focused, stay unstoppable. Thank you.